and welcome to the first Green Tourism Conference at Bristol today. And I'd like to welcome all of you for coming today, and also I'd like to welcome anybody who's watching us online over the internet. It's going to be a really exciting day. We've got lots of really good speakers, and hopefully you're all going to go away enthused and learn something about green tourism. So to kick off the day, I'm going to give you a little bit of background as to what green tourism is all about. My name is Andrea Nicholas. I'm the co-founder and managing director of Green Tourism, which started 16 years ago. In terms of this event, we wanted to make sure it was one of the most sustainable we could possibly put on. So we wanted to look around the country to decide which destination we should have our conference in, and Bristol came out as being top of the list for many reasons, one of which is actually that they are actually named as the Green Capital of Europe for 2015. An advocate for green tourism, an innovation, a destination looking to have a low carbon economy. So it was a very good place for us to start. We then needed to look for a venue, and we obviously wanted to use a green tourism venue. So we looked at who was in the area, and at Bristol is a gold member. And in fact, it's been a really, really great experience working with them, not just on the organisation side of things, but in terms of sustainability. They have bent over backwards to make sure that the public transport has been very clear for people, the information about the food and how to get here has been excellent. And we very much want to continue working with these kind of organisations. The other reason that we wanted to make the conference green was to actually reduce our carbon footprint. So we looked at encouraging as much possible public transport. We're working with Maximilian, who is a previous gold star. Is John in the room? Not yet, obviously. But basically, we wanted to look at carbon management, and we will measure your carbon from your travels to the event, and then carbon manage it through Maximilian. And also, we are live streaming, so obviously we're reducing the number of road miles that people have to come to be able to watch the event, but also we can invite people from around the world to participate and to learn from the experiences. And we're also very lucky to work with Green Hotelier, which is run by the International Tourism Partnership. It's an excellent publication about sustainable tourism, and it's something that we really want to encourage people to find out about. So they're our media partner for the event. So we're running a green event because we are green tourism. So what is green tourism? Well, as many of you in the room know, it's about business development. It's about running a greener business, and it's about reducing your impact. And we encompass all different types of businesses, many of which are represented here today. Accommodation, activity providers, visitor attractions. But we're also about providing businesses with the advice that they need to go green. And so we have qualified environmental assessors that visit businesses once every 2 years. They give them information and advice that's significant to them, relevant to their business, and actually really making a difference. So we have 3 levels. It's about continuous improvement. Entry level at bronze, moving up to silver, and at gold are exemplary members. And it really is about making a difference. We are not an online checklist. We're not a tick box exercise that you sign up for and you get a badge for free just because you say you're green. Our assessors come in and give you advice, and they encourage you and move you on, and they verify what you're doing. So it's a credible program. There are a lot of initiatives out there where they're looking to try and give you a green badge without you actually doing anything, which I think is fundamentally detrimental to sustainable tourism. Since 1997, when we started, we've graded over 5,000 businesses across the UK and Ireland, and we've undertaken about 10,000 grading visits. We actually, thank you, current membership is now 2,300, and we are the only national label actually validated by the ICRT on behalf of Visit England, Visit Scotland, Visit Wales, and the Northern Ireland Tourist Board. And we were actually named this year as the most credible sustainable tourism programme in the world. So we know we have a good reputation. In terms of who is green tourism, well, we are a private, not-for-profit company. We're not funded through any government agencies. We're not part of any associations. We are a private company. And we have a team of 15 passionate and environmentally committed people. That includes our assessment team. We have 6 assessors, 3 of which are here today. And they are very much about giving the advice. They make sure that they've got environmental qualification. We make sure they go through an intensive training program, at least 3 months training. They're mentored, they're monitored. We make sure we have regular meetings with our technical team to make sure we've got consistency across our grading process, and that's really important for businesses to make sure they're getting the right message and being given up-to-date information. But we also have back of house an excellent team of really hard-working people. Our membership team, the people you speak to on the phone or we get emails from, these provide inquiries for membership, support, and also promotion and press. Oh, thank you very much, Stuart. Thank you. Promotion and press is very important. It's an area that we're looking to grow more into and putting on events like this. This is our first time at doing something like this, and hopefully it'll be a success and we'll move on to doing more and more of these kind of things. In terms of where is green tourism, I mentioned UK and Ireland, and we have 2,300 across the country. But we've also, for the last few years, been working in British Columbia. You're going to hear a bit more about this from Angela Reid-Nagy later on. But we now have 26 businesses in British Columbia. However, we've also been working with the Swedish government. They came to us a few years ago. They'd been looking around the world at what best practice was out there, and they were very impressed with what green tourism was doing, and they said, we really would like you to help us. We want to set up an integrated sustainability and quality program. So we've been working with them, and in fact one of our assessors has been pretty much full-time in Sweden for the last year, helping them train their assessors and grade businesses in Sweden. Prior to that, we worked in New Zealand. Again, they came to us and said, we really like what you're doing. We had a member of staff that helped set up the Enviromark a few years ago, and we very much worked with them to encourage businesses to, again, looking at quality and sustainability on the same visit. In terms of, next one, please. I knew technology would go wrong at one point. Results of green tourism, thank you. As you're aware, we actually ask as part of your membership for you to fill in an annual performance information form. Now, many of you may think, why do they ask us to do that? What do they do with it? Well, what we actually do is we take those figures and we analyse them, we convert them into carbon figures, and we're actually trying to produce more benchmarking. So we can come back to you and say you're performing better than businesses that haven't got a green grading. So we're actually able to identify and show that over a 2-year period from 2010 to 2011, that our hotel stock actually had a reduction of 22% of kilowatts per metre squared per year. And even with our smaller stock, the smaller accommodation providers, that was between 10 and 14%. And in fact, what we then did is we extrapolated those figures again using the ITP's carbon management tool to show that our hotel stock actually in 2011 were excellent. 2010 they were good, so again it's a progression. But it's not just about carbon, it's also about other measures that you might be doing within your business. Yeah. So things like having an environmental policy, identifying cost savings, actually more businesses now engaging with their staff, which is really important. It's a key part of any commitment as a business that you're actually able to work with and train your staff. And obviously identifying cost savings is a big part of it. So in terms of trends in the last few years, one of the trends we've definitely seen is an interest in the corporate market. We now have over 800 hotels, and that represents over 100,000 bedrooms. Stuck again. And we have a large number of a large number of organisations that we're working with, and many of which are actually represented here today. One of the reasons, or many of the reasons why they came to talk to Green Tourism was that they actually wanted to have a green accreditation through an independent third party because their clients were asking for it. So when they were booking for accommodation, doing tenders, requests for prices, the clients were asking for the hotels to show that they'd actually had implemented sustainability measures and actually had been validated for that. And that's why a lot of these hotel chains are working with us. An awful lot of them have their own internal programs as well, and we work with them to help implement that internal green commitment and actually make sure that the hotels are aligning with their own internal policies. We have delved into social media. We've been doing it now for a few years, some areas more than others. So we have a Twitter account, which is @the GTBS Thank you. There we go. Facebook, we have a Facebook page and a Green Tourism Week Facebook page. And we also have a YouTube website, which again is a very useful source of information. We have lots of case studies, little VT clips of what businesses have done, what they think about green tourism, how they've worked with suppliers. So a very useful point of contact to actually find out more about green tourism. We also have a new website, which was launched in August. We've completely revamped it. And it's very much about providing clear, concise information for businesses that want to join green tourism, but also providing a much more attractive landing page for consumers looking to book or to stay with a green accommodation. Currently, it's not a booking website, but that is something that we're looking into. So within the website, there is members listings. We've got Google Maps, and you can use those. And the members can actually log in and actually change the information on their website. So they can put in, am I pointing in the wrong direction? There we go. So there's a photo gallery. You can have unlimited number of photos, can be loaded to the website. If you've been trying to do that and you haven't managed to do it, then please contact the membership team and they'll help you out with that. There's information about what makes you green. There's information about where to find us. And you can change the pin on the map so that if Google doesn't put it quite in the right place, then you can do that. In terms of next steps for green tourism, we need to continually improve. So we are looking at criteria improvements. John Proctor is going to touch on that later on. And we need as a company to move on and develop. So we're constantly looking at improving ourselves. Some of those areas we actually want to talk to the membership and find out what more the membership wants from us, what more we can offer, and what areas we need to move into. So we're looking at doing a membership survey later this year, early next year, where we'll be asking a lot of questions about membership and where we can look at retention and recruitment. We'll be looking at more consumer-facing campaigns, very important, especially through the social media side of things. Working more with destinations, something that we've done a lot of in the UK. We've worked very successfully with a lot of destinations, and we want to continue to build on that, and also working with the international destinations, building on the experiences in Sweden and Canada, and looking at potentially outside of Europe even. We have got inquiries from Asia. If you want to find out more about green tourism, if you're not currently a member or you want to find out how to join, please contact on any of these numbers. Come and find me after the event during coffee and tea. I'm going to move on to John. Just before I do that, is Chris Dunford somewhere? Chris, hi. Chris is the environmental coordinator. Is that the right word?
Sustainability manager.
Right, sustainability manager even at Bristol, and he's going to be here all day, I think, yes. So if anyone's got any particular questions about the venue or about what they've done, then please come and find Chris at coffee or at lunch, and he'll be very happy to answer all your questions. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope you have a really good day. I hope you do some really good networking, and I hope that you go away this afternoon having learnt something and been enthused about green tourism. So I'm now going to pass on to John Proctor, who's going to, hopefully, here we go. Thank you.